What's up, you guys? How you guys doing? I was actually thinking about a few things that I wanted to share with you guys and talk about. Sometimes I sit to myself and I think about a lot of things I've been through. That means like relationships, old friends, just a lot of things that I tend to remember at random times, right? One thing I remembered is that for some people, love isn't enough. Not that love isn't enough in general. For some people, they prefer everything else, especially financially. I get it. With love does come being able to provide and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Because you want to be able to provide for those you love. So you're going to put in effort to try to provide for them, right? But sometimes it becomes more about money and it becomes more about external things, you know what I mean, than love itself. I was talking to this person at one point. They told me love wasn't enough. And obviously they said they thought they knew more than me because they were older than me, you know what I mean? But they thought love wasn't enough for a relationship and that love can't be enough for any type of relationship. And I had to disagree because, I just don't agree with that. I think love is enough. I just think when you don't have your priorities straight, it's not enough for you. Because there's people that don't prioritize love mainly. So that's why for them love isn't enough. It's because they don't understand love, they don't prioritize love, and to be honest, they don't see love as important because they're too busy living on the surface. They're not diving beneath the surface. Love is very important in this world. We already get a taste of what the world would be like without love. If nobody ever loved, we get a taste of that. We get a taste with a lot of murder. We get a taste with a lot of crimes that are done. We get a taste of hate every day. So the fact that some people say love isn't enough, and with all the stuff that goes on in the world, with all the, unhappy marriages and abuse and all this different stuff, and, families being divided and all of that, it's kind of foolish to think that love means nothing or that it's not a priority at all. There's a lot of people that think of God like a genie. They only call on God or pray to God when they want something they want. Let's say whether that is prosperity, like money and stuff, whether it's let's say they wanted a new house or even a relationship, you know what I mean? And with a certain person, some people pray to God only when they, want something for themselves. It doesn't come out of wanting a relationship with God. It comes more so out of wanting a desire. Sometimes people pray for selfish reasons. And I'm not saying it's wrong to pray for something you want. That's not what I'm saying at all. God judges by the condition of your heart. A lot of the things we want, God already knows it's not good for us, but when we don't get that thing that we want, we start to lose faith. When we're praying about something, and let's say it doesn't happen, or we don't hear an answer, or we don't get any signs that it's going to happen, we start to really lose faith and think I don't know if God is really hearing my prayers. I don't know if God is moving in my life, I think God does hear all of our prayers, but at the same time, when He's not answering, you're not really getting any signs from God that things are turning around. More than likely, sometimes it's to test your patience. Sometimes it's to test your reaction, Sometimes it's to really test your heart. Because God tests us pretty much every day. He tests our heart. He sees where our heart is at, So by the way He responds, and by the way we react to that response, that's how He knows how our heart is. Some people may say, you know what? I'm just gonna keep my faith strong. Some people are like, you know what, I didn't hear the answer from God, but I'm not going to stop believing Him. I'm going to keep studying His Word. I'm going to keep close to Him. I'm going to keep a relationship with Him. And some people drift away. They're like, you know what, I don't know if God is actually moving in my life. I don't know if God is actually hearing me. I'm starting to think this whole journey is useless. So there's a lot of people that sometimes just want to give up. And there's a lot of people that stay persistent and keep trying. I want to say God is not a genie, God doesn't give you everything you desire, but He does give you what is good for you. So don't go around thinking that, God is not hearing you, God doesn't love you. Don't go around thinking that, Because if anything, that's deceit from the devil. The devil, he would give you everything you want. Obviously, there's a catch to it though. You know, the devil will give you everything he wants. He knows your desires. He knows the people you look at. He knows the people you're checking out. He knows the type of people you're influenced by. He knows that, you know, the same way God does. But the difference is the devil tries to deceive your mind. The devil won't stop you from admiring another human above God. He actually likes to see that. He likes to see romance in that way, where you're idolizing your partner above God. When you see your partner as perfect, when you hold these high expectations, you know, if you really want to know what the downfall of that is, when that person fails to meet your expectations, that's God showing you that this person isn't perfect, that this person is not all you thought it was, because there's only one perfect thing in this world, and that's God. For all my people struggling with anything, any like, let's say, temptations of any sort, like anybody struggling with like lust, addiction, depression, I just want to say, hey, stay strong, all right? And try to actively fight off triggers, things that are triggering that kind of negative mentality. Actively pray for yourself. Pray for yourself. You know, seek out for some positive people. You know, seek out for some help. Seek out for people that are dealing with that same thing that you're dealing with, you know. Seek out for people who's overcome that thing. Because the one thing that I noticed that really helped me when I was struggling with certain things is that I found people that were struggling with familiar things to me. It actually helped, because you don't want to ever feel alone. That's like one of the main things you feel when you're going through a struggle, is alone. And that's so dangerous, especially in a negative mentality. It's very dangerous to feel alone in a negative mentality. So it's like, you don't ever want to feel isolated. You don't ever want to feel like unloved, alone, broken. You know, you want to always know that there is some type of, you know, way out. It helps to hear a good word from anyone in a time where everything is negative around you, in a time where you feel like everything is breaking down, like your world is ending, your reality is over, where your purpose is becoming faint. You know, it helps to hear a good word, and it helps to like be reassured of your value, you know. So I want to say that yes, you are loved, you know, you are strong, and I definitely hope that you make it through and overcome whatever you're going through. I just want to say that. I just want to say I thank you all for the love that you showed me. I really appreciate it, and you know, it really means a lot. It really does. It really helps me get through any hard times I go through too. So, I love you all. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
I've been through this, been through that, reminiscing on my past. I found bliss in the way that I carry on my back.